Jobs. Most people hate them. Most people hate waking up just to get to their job. But now, there's been a crisis. You're supposed to get one eventually, ideally soon. However, in the UK especially, in places like the UK, it's a lot harder than it used to be. A lot harder. But why? Let's actually explain it. Let's actually explain why there's a job crisis in many countries like the UK. The actual numbers. This isn't a vibe. It's actually measurable. We can check the unemployment rates. UK unemployment has climbed to its highest level in years. In years of years of years. 30 plus quarters of decline. That is insane. That is the highest in the history. Young people are getting hit hardest of all. Well, obviously, I mean, come on. Youth unemployment sits noticeably above the European average. Well, how did this happen then? Almost 1 million young people are not working, not studying, and not training. But, a few people did study, but they still can't get to work.
Neat.
Now, what's neat? And it's not what you think it is. It's not a compliment. It's a category. What category? Well, how do you even get here? Let's see, before we get into it, how does this all happen? In 2020, the world shuts down. Hiring basically freezes. COVID, lockdown, pandemic, all that, Then it reopens fast. Companies scramble to hire everyone at once, quick. Everyone needs people, workers, and etc. For a moment, workers have leverage. Wages rise. Ads flood in. We're going good. However, that moment does not last. It's a very short-lived moment. Inflation is a big player when it comes to everything and anything. Central banks respond by raising interest rates sharply. Higher rates make borrowing more expensive for everyone. Whether that's houses, cars, whatever you think. Companies that can't easily borrow expand less, and so they hire less, which means people don't get as much jobs. On top of that, the cost of employing someone went up too, so it's even more costly just to employ somebody before they even start working. UK employer tax contributions on wages increased. Minimum wage requirements also rose over the same period. This is very bad. Good for some, tougher for new hires. A lot tougher for new hires. Like new young people and etc. Also, now we've got AI entering, and this is all to replace quite a lot of jobs as well. A lot of entry-level office work is repetitive. Drafting, sorting, etc. They're all getting replaced quite easily as well. It's exactly the kind of task new software is now decent at, the repetitive ones. The first rung of the career ladder gets automated first. Oops. This is very, very bad, and it's going to get a lot worse from here. Actually, it's too early to blame all AI for all of this so far. I mean, it just started, but it's going to get a lot worse. But anyway, researchers say AI is a factor, but it's not the whole thing. It's not why we're so desperately, as much jobless. Most schemes don't even train for it. The AI, An underused tool and an over-blamed villain can both be true. Dang, that's a quote. New problem. Applying for a job really works like it used to as well. People use AI to generate hundreds of applications instantly. Ghost jobs. These jobs aren't real. Listings that sit there forever, going nowhere. These are ghost jobs. Applicants shout into a form, the form does not reply. This is also a separate issue. There are also more graduates than ever, one of the results of a growing population. Lots of young people, more people went to university than any point before because education has got so much better. And this actually became a problem. Entry-level roles do not multiply anywhere near as fast. People don't need this much workers. It's the same door, just for more people. However, not that many people can fit into that door. So, in 2025, new graduate positions shrank by roughly a third, which is kind of bad. Overall, lowest in years. Second year in a row, it got worse. This also impacts the economy really bad as well. The unplaced graduate backlog hasn't gone anywhere either. It's still there. All applying for the same shrinking pile of roles at once. This isn't just economic, it's a mental health story too. Unemployment and middle stream feed each other, both ways. So we didn't get the 1 in 3. Anyway, a loop, not a single event. Well, what the flip does that mean? This just a UK thing? No, actually, not entirely. The entire world is having a job crisis right now. One of the examples is India, where your youth unemployment has risen across several major economies at once, including the US as well. The UK's decline has been especially steep among its peers, though. It's like one of the worst job markets the world has ever seen. Global pressure, a locally sharper version of it. There's also a longer, slower backstory, decades long. Many wealthy countries shifted away from manufacturing long ago, like primary jobs. So that shift concentrated opportunity into narrower, competitive lanes. This is also a big problemo. Add another pressure, housing costs squeezing everything else. Not just housing costs, everything costs now. So, rent, it's a bigger slice of income, especially for young workers. Rent's insane in London as well. Have you seen it? Moving cities for a better job gets a lot harder to afford. Because people can't afford the rent. So, less mobility means people compete in the same crowded local market, which means people all compete for the same door. That's the door metaphor at the cost of simply searching for a job, also on top. If you've ever checked Indeed or LinkedIn, you'll probably know. Rent, food, transport, higher while part-time savings barely stretch. So, it's like 10 to 1. Time costs money now, too. You're probably wondering, how does time cost money? I admit. So what has actually been tried in response to this? What have we done to fix this huge crisis? Well, get Braden working. What's Get Braden working? Well, alongside a youth guarantee, it's aimed at training people or work for young people. Early steps, not a light switch. It's not going to be instantly fixing the job crisis, but it might. Back to the AI question, since everyone keeps asking it, the AI replacing everybody. Some blame it entirely, some think that's premature. I think it's premature because it just started, but I do think it's going to get a lot worse from here. Honest answer, one ingredient in a much bigger, messier recipe. Did inflation and all the other overpopulation, they all come into one big. Let's be blaming one ingredient in simpler. However, it's not fully accurate. We can't just blame AI. Job crises are new. They've happened before, but just not this much. So, recessions, tech shifts, demographic bulges hit job markets in the past. This has hit, the job market in the past. Like I just said, those crises eventually passed. Eased, not quickly and rarely painlessly. But they did pass. New industries tend to show up eventually, later than anyone wants. But they do show up eventually, That's the thing. That's cool to comfort if you're the one waiting right now, though, since, it'll take some time. But, eventually doesn't pay rent this month. And that's fully true. Eventually never pays anything. So, what do? We're a lost generation, including me. I have a job, but, still. People unemployed in formative years rarely fully catch up later. This is also not a positive thing to say. So actually, let's stack up everything we just covered, a little recap before we go. So, rates rose, hiring costs rose, AI nimbled at entry-level tasks. These all impacted the job market. Applications flooded, graduates piled up, Housing pinned people down, so no savings, and etc. Another problemos, none alone would be a crisis. However, all of them together, that's what causes. Stacked together once in the same economy, and very much is, just like I said before. So is anyone specifically to blame? Specifically to blame? No, not entirely. Not really. Central banks were fighting real inflation, and that was not optional. And what else was there? Companies facing higher costs made rational hiring choices. Like, it's not their fault. They had to save money. Well, it kind of is their fault, but AI tools do what they were built to do, badly and badly supervised in places, It's all about business. Reasonable choices, painful result. A really painful result for the youths. So what actually turns this around, at least eventually, even of today? Well, rights easing, vacancies recovering, new industries absorbing workers. All of this would drastically help. Support programs getting young people real skills and placements. This would also immensely help. It has happened before, these kind of job crises, and, it will eventually pass. That's a job crisis in a nutshell. Well, not really a nutshell. I did go into a bit of detail, but yeah. It's not just one villain. There's like many of them stacked on top, and it's like a domino effect, So a pile of separately reasonable decisions landing on the same group of people are youth at once. Yeah, and that's it. Goodbye, and don't forget to subscribe.